Om Gananam Tva Ganapatim Vamahe Kavim Kavinam Upamashravastamam Jyeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspatatam Shanmano Divisti Dasadanam Om Sri Mahaganadipate Namaha Om Vishadam Darshaninam Vishwarupam Kavyam Brahaspatim Varenyam Om Vishnu Paramam Padam Sada Pashyanti Suraya Divirachakshuratatam Om Aim Hrim Srim Jagatprasutyai Om Sneem Hlim Jyotirbrahmaya Namah Om Srim Hlim Medadakshinamurtaye Namah Hare Rama Krishna Hare Rama Krishna Hare Rama Krishna Hare Rama Krishna. So Narasimha will be missing in action for a couple of weeks. Basically some rest for him. So I'll be taking in his stead. I was talking to Seshu and he said that last week I think Narasimha decided to start a BPHS, Vedic Parasara Hora Shastra.
Go in theory for a while.
Theory for a while, because enough of examples and all that. So I will let Narasimha continue on that, take that thread up, because that's his decision to, to take Vedic Parasara Hora Shastra one by one, chapter by chapter, which is a very good idea. So Seshu suggested that I should do something along the same lines, and I thought, why not go through Jaimini Maharishi's Upadesa Sutras. We we will try and cover it in a very a systematic manner. I'm not going to rush into too many things, but there are a lot of interesting things in this book, in this yellow-covered book, which is really nice, and which even Parasara has covered, but he has covered it in much greater depth. Just a note of clarification: there is no Jaimini system of prediction or Jaimini system of astrology. They are all the same. He is one of the students of Parasara, and it was around the Kali Yuga time that he observed that he needed to elaborate a bit on what Parasara had emphasized. So he's kind of like a research student who specialized in a certain branch, and he just wrote a thesis. But more interestingly, he knew that Kali Yuga is to come upon very shortly, and he observed the effects of Kali Yuga, the effects of time. We all know that there are 4 yugas. You have a Satya or Krita Yuga, then Treta, then Dwapara, and Kali. These are basically signified by the 4 quadrants of the Kala Purusha, with Aries as Satya Yuga, where sun gets exalted, the highest. Then you have Krita Yuga, Treta Yuga, where Cancer, where Jupiter gets exalted. Then you have Dwapar Yuga, where Saturn gets exalted. That's where, so you see the quality of time. In Satya Yuga, it was the highest of ideals, lot of tapasya and all that. In Treta Yuga, a lot of dharma, Jupiter, lot of dharma and lot of meditation still. But there is something. There is the quality of time keeps deteriorating. And then in Dwapara Yuga, you have the influence of Saturn, so a lot of people taking the yoga and all those things. And in Kali Yuga, it's like absolutely nothing. You see, who gets exalted there? Mars. Who gets debilitated there? Yes. So intelligence is at the lowest, and might is right kind of thing is at the highest. Technology is at the highest. So So coming back to our topic at hand, so Jaimini observed the effects of time on Kali Yuga, and he noticed that there are going to be a lot of frauds around, and that there is possibility that all these scriptures might fall into wrong hands, and people might misuse it, which is very possible, which is what's happening. So he decided to do something very, very original. Kind of encrypted his sutras. This is the earliest form of encryption, where he took a particular algorithm and he used that algorithm to encrypt his sutras, so that anybody reading it, it will appear like a Sanskrit slokas, and if you apply it, it will never work. And so people will give it up and say, this doesn't work, and throw the book away. But if you use the right algorithm to decrypt it, you'll get the clear-cut stanzas, and it is very, 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 very practical. So this is what he based his slokas on, the stanzas on. There is a reason. The name of the book says it is Upadesa Sutras, or advisory stanzas. Advisory means it's not like he wrote it on his own. He is basically commenting on what Parasara wrote and elaborating a bit, and giving us his detailed understanding. So, the first thing, before proceeding to read Jaimini Sutras, at least we have to, because most of the translations and explanation is provided by modern day authors. Specifically, I'm referring to the translation by Pandit Sanjay Rath. There are many others available from notable scholars like Iranganti Rangacharya, Sri B.V. Raman, and I think actually it was written by his grandfather, Surya Narayan Rao, Professor Surya Narayan Rao. But I prefer Sanjay Rath. I like his translation a lot, and he is our guru too. So, my point is, it's a good idea to get an understanding of the Kartapayadi Varga. It is called Kartapayadi Varga because it is based on the alphabets Ka, Ta, Pa, Ya, Adi Varga. So you basically take, you have these alphabets in Sanskrit, Ka, Ka, Ga, Gang, Nya, Cha, Cha, Ja, Jana. So you arrange there is a Ka, Ta, Pa group and Ya group. So in the Ka group, Ka, Ka, Ga, Ga, Nya, Cha, Cha, Ja, Jan, Nya. You arrange it horizontally, and you give the numbers from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and no 10, but 0. So you see each and every alphabet has got a value. This is the fundamental of Vedic numerology. And the way you use it is, if a certain word is given, you take a word, divide it into the aksharas. Okay? So let's say shu. So it will be sa, sh. Although it is say, shu, but you take these declinations and all that, but just use sa, sh. Right? If that is your name, say shu, you take sa, sh. These are the two syllables which form his name. Or let's say any word. But here we are using his name, so sa and sh. So we look up the table and you see the sa.
Not sa, sha, sa, sa.
But
is
it she-shu or se-shu?
Se-shu.
Is it sh-shu or she-shu or se-shu?
Se-shu.
Yeah, so first it is sa.
First is sa.
Yeah, that.
No, it is not.
Sri Ram Shah, not Sita.
It is not sa. It is sa. The Sri Rama, when you write Sri, it is this. It is this. It's not sa.
It's not Sita.
It's not sa.
Sita, sa. It's not sa.
No, I don't understand Telugu.
You don't understand Telugu.
You write it to me in Sanskrit.
Yeah.
Like in Shanivar.
Shanivar, sure.
Sa.
Shanivar.
So she-shu.
Yeah,
Right.
Seshu.
So okay, so sh of the Shanivar is 5.
Both are right.
Huh?
No, the
No, the other Sheshu
The
is
Sha,
the
that is-
Sha like
right,
pearl.
right, right,
With
that
a-
is Sha.
Okay? That is Sha.
Right.
And that is 6.
Okay.
So if it is Sheshu, okay? 1 minute.
What?
That's a Microsoft open source Microsoft replacement. So the way you do it is you take
Jaimini is not Jaimini, right?
Jaimini.
Jaimini.
So you take sh and then sh, you get 56. You basically ignore these two, reverse it,
Then you get 65.
65. And then you say if you want to find the Rashi equivalent, so you divide by 12. So you have the remainder as 5, right? So that comes to Leo,
Reverse becomes 65. How did you get Leo?
remainder.
Or divide by 12 and take the remainder.
Yeah.
Then you get 5.
Yeah. So
Why did you reverse that 5, 6?
that is how you have to do.
That is the algorithm.
Right.
Decoding algorithm.
Yeah, decoding algorithm. It's like a hi-fi encryption, decryption. So that is how you have to use it.
Can you say we have 12 rasis, so therefore divide by 12?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, exactly.
Very good.
If you want to find the planet, then divide by 9
Divide
and take
by
the
9.
remainder.
Okay.
So you will see the effect of your name. So in his case, Leo is activated, and Leo is his 9th house, Bhagya. And Leo has Ketu in it?
No, Leo has Rahu and
Rahu.
has Ketu has Rahu Sun in it.
Rahu Sun in it. So that gets activated.
No, if you take full name, you should take full name or only the how people call.
So both you can use, but typically what people call you, and
Suppose he's called as like Shiva, like his office.
Suppose I am called Shivarama.
Shivarama. Okay, if somebody uses Shivarama, then Shivarama.
Okay, then you take all of them
Yes.
and reverse it
Reverse it.
and then divide by 12, take the remainder.
Right.
But anyway,
What does that
So
signify?
that itself shows Bhagya then at workplace.
if you are called differently, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see the effects of different names. Like you may have a big name and people might use. Yeah, we'll do it. 1 second.
But what happens in case if at one place I am used by name Seshu, other place I am used by Shivarama?
So you calculate both and see how it affects you.
No, is it like having a dual thing or
No.
no?
Say, like for example, your name is Manoj. So maybe your wife calls you Manu or something. No, I'm just kidding. But it will have a different effect. Of course, we have to see if it comes out with a different value. But Robert and then Robbie or Bob, they have a different, and then that will have a different effect. So you see map it into your Rashi chart and see how it affects your life, and if there are a lot of malefics there, and then that can be a problem. If there are like good benefits like Jupiter, then it, like if it's the 9th house with Jupiter in there, then it will basically bring a lot of fortune and good luck for you.
So you see, we said it's Leo, right? So Leo is, that's where we look at, because it's the 9th house and,
Yeah, because we no,
because the Leo.
Because the remainder is 5.
no, the remainder is 5.
Right,
From Kala Purusha, the 5th house is
Yes.
Leo,
right.
which happens to be his 9th house. That's why we are seeing. Like, let's take his name. We'll take
Before you go, when you said get the planet, then you said 65 by 9.
yeah,
It will be remainder of 2.
right.
That means
9, planet.
Planet.
planet. So then remainder is 2.
Yeah,
That is
Moon.
what?
moon.
Or sun, moon and...
Yeah, the sun, moon, Mars.
so it goes in the order of Saturn, Rahu and Ketu.
Right.
Okay.
What is the plan?
The weekday order
Okay,
followed by Rahu and Ketu.
Okay. Then that means the second one is moon. So what is this moon and the Leo giving me?
No, these are separate effects. One is the effect of a Rashi and the other is the effect of a planet. So both you have to judge and understand. This is just one application of numerology.
Okay.
I would give far more importance to this because these are based on syllables, the sounds, and I basically don't give too much importance of the English numerology that they have, like a N-A-R-A, say S-E-S-H-U, so S is 5, it doesn't have much background to it. Here it is very scientific. It is formed from the letters of the Sanskrit syllables. The Sanskrit syllables, as you know, were not coined by one particular author. Basically, how it came about is, that in our bodies, you have millions and millions of nadis going from one part to the other. At 52 different places, they intersect very distinctly and form a sound. And and that's how the Sanskrit syllables are formed. So n number of particular nadis merge together at a particular, and there is a vibration, there is a sound emanating from that particular place. And let's say it's ka. That's how it is formed. So whenever you chant a mantra, Om, Glam, Glom, Gam, Ganapate, so you are basically activating those bunch of nerves. And the rishis found that by forming certain bija mantras here and there, it provides you with some siddhi and some, good health. That's how it affects your internal body. It's not just the words you're speaking. It's affecting your internal part. So, so that's how you do it. So if you want to do Manoj.
Can we elaborate his case by looking at the chart, like I can visualize, we say Leo. So Leo is, in his chart is 9th house. So that means what it signifies is whether that particular house is good or bad.
No, it's not good or bad. What happens when people use Sheshu to call him? Hi Sheshu.
That means they are activating my 9th house?
Your 9th house, the planets in there gets activated.
Oh, okay.
You see? We'll take examples. Let's not stick to it.
Activating means like they are not really going to be effect on him because of that people calling him.
So if there are Mars, Rahu, Ketu, Shani
in 9th house, that's what they are activating?
In 9th, no. In 8th house and all that, it is more likely to cause trouble than not.
Okay, got it.
But if you have a very nice, let's try the name of Rama, Sri Rama. So it is Ra and Ma.
Not Sri, Shah.
No, it's not his name. My name is Sri Rama. Sri is out of respect. Actually, his name is Sri Sheshu. Sri. Mr. No, out of respect, Sri Man and all that.
When you take Rama, it becomes
Ra. One minute. For your benefit, let me open up that particular page.
Is it Malayalam?
Please, Sanskrit. But I don't know, the translation has not come out right.
No, that's not Sanskrit.
No, that is
No, what happened was...
That is Malayalam, okay.
no, this
No, it's not come out correctly.
I know.
Yeah,
May not have a font or something?
I don't know.
looks like Cambodian.
Yes?
Cambodian?
Yeah. We live in Lahore, so we have seen Cambodian life.
Anyway. So, this is how the table looks. You just
It is Ra, Ka, Go,
K, T, P, Y. And then on the horizontal scale, you write K, G, G, N, Ch, J, J, N. So you basically, and the numbers from 1 to 10, not 10, but 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0.
Okay.
Okay, so if you want to find the numerical value of Rama, so Ra is 2, Ya Ra,
Yeah, Ra.
and Ma, Pa, Pa, Ba, Ba, Ma,
Papa, Papa, Ba, Ba, Ma. 5.
5. So what do you get? 25.
25 is 52 by 12 is 4.
Which sign is it?
Karnataka.
Cancer. And what's his Lagna? What planets are there? Dedicatory Yoga.
That's why he's born in Treta Yuga.
He was born in Treta Yuga?
No, it's Treta Yuga.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and he was born in Treta Yuga. Yes.
But still the name is applicable now also.
Yes, it is. It is.
Because the Vedic is a long-standing
Yes.
recognition.
Yeah. So that is how you see the effects. And there are other caveats also. Like for example, let's take his name. Finally, Manoj. In Sanskrit, you have aksharas. The aksharas, the word is from A to Ksha. A to Ksha. Aksharas. So basically, if you Kakara, Akara, if you want to identify a particular syllable, you say, you follow it with a Ra. So it is Kakara, Makara. So that's why Akshara. There is a difference between the vowels and the consonants. The consonants are lifeless. The consonants, so because actually it's g, there is no life in it. It is only when you add a vowel, say k, the swara, the vowels provide life to it. Point is, when you say the word Manoj, it is ma, no. The j is a halanta. There is no j. There is no life in it. So typically, you don't calculate for j.
But in North India, all the names it doesn't end with A. Like for example, if suppose somebody is born in North India, like Ram, like in the North India,
Yeah.
there is a Rama, but
Yeah.
Ram.
So
doesn't mean that there's no A.
no, it is. But the thing is, they are using Ram. There is no life for ma. It's a Rama.
Right.
It's not even Rama. It's a Rama. The problem is the North Indians in the north, you have a tendency to cut down like Ram, and in South Indian you need to expand it Rama.
So if someone's name is Ram, then we should take only Ra.
Ra.
That is a single.
Right.
And if you divide it by 12,
No,
it's a negative.
no, you'll get the same number.
So we should take.
You'll get the same. So if it is 4, 12, the remainder is 4.
12 zeros.
So it is still debatable actually. We had this debate in one of the, I think, Vedic Astrology list a long time back. Like, because the actual name is Rama, should we use Rama or should we use Ra and ignore the Ma? It is something that is contentious, and you can only experiment with it and apply it.
Effect
And
is not same.
effect is not the same. So if it is Manoj, the J is not, it's not Manoj. There is no life in that J. So it is Ma, Na. If you take Ma and Na, we found like Ma is 5 and Na is 0.
Yeah.
Last. So 5 and 0 is 0, 5. So the 5, once again it comes to Leo, because we get the remainder as 5. The 5th house of the Kala Purusha is Leo. Okay? And Leo, what is your Lagna rising? So it comes to the 6th house. So you see the planets in there, Moon. So the 5th lord in it is very good.
What did you say? Comes to 6 house from where?
From his Lagna.
From the Lagna is Pisces.
Yeah.
And this is Leo. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Let's take your name. Prasad. It's not, but nobody uses Prasad. So we'll use Per.
Actually, my folks call me Bano.
So we'll try both. Okay. prasad, that's what you're called at work and friends and all, everybody. Some people might even call him pras. But prasad. So it is pa, sa, no the.
Do you use, when you say pra, do you use pra, ra?
No, it is just pa.
Pa.
Yeah.
Just pa.
You take one. One
So
of
the
them.
composite thing, you just take the starting.
Because
Yeah.
Ra, there is no value there. There is no light there, right? Pra.
Yeah, it is half. Pra.
No, but it's pra. P-R-A.
No, not in the English.
No, but it is.
No, but both, actually there is life. But
There
it
is
is
life.
consumed by both and you have only one will take it.
Okay, take the first one out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So pa, sa. So what is pa?
Papa, one.
One.
Is one.
Fa is 1.
And sa,
Sa is
Sa is
7.
Yara, Rava.
Papa, Papa, one.
7. It's ya, ra, la, va, sh, sa.
Sa, seven.
Sa.
This we will
So, yeah, and what is pa and sa? So it's 1 and 7, right?
71.
17. So divide 71, so invert it. 17 becomes 71. 71 divided by 12 is?
11.
Yes, 11. 11 is Aquarius. From Kala Purusha it is Aquarius. What is your Lagna rising? Leo. So it is the 7th house. And if there are any planets, those planets get activated. Do you have any planets in Aquarius? Ketu. So Ketu gets activated, the 4th lord there, that's how you interpret Ketu. And 7th house is the house of interaction, Ketu being there.
With interaction.
No, not comfort. You just cannot say comfort. Why comfort?
Fourth house is comfort and then
Oh, that way. But Ketu is not the planet of comfort, by the way. Ketu will cause misunderstanding, it's smoky. Okay, there are other, you have to see the influence on the 7th house like Jupiter's aspect, but normal analysis has to be done. But that's what's the effect of your name Prasad will have on your, general. Yeah. Now, let's take his pet name, like his folks call him Banu.
Ba, na,
It's a Ba.
na.
Papa, Baba.
Okay. Yeah. So Ba is 3.
Three. Ba is 3.
No, 4.
No, Papa, ba, no.
It's not Bhanu.
It is Bhanu.
I actually don't know.
But what do they call it?
Bhanu.
See, no.
The Bhanu Chandra.
Right.
They don't.
See, yeah.
It
See,
is
what they call it.
kind
No, it's what they call you. It may, typically it may be Bhanu, Sashi and all that. But they call him Banu. So that it changes. So it changes. That is the effect of corruption. So Ba is 3 and Na is, is it, do they call you Banu or Banu? It's a Na, right? Banu. So Na is 0. So 3 and 0 is 3. 30 and you invert it 3. So 3 is
3.
Gemini. Exactly. Gemini. Which is it?
4th house.
No.
11th house.
11th house.
Gemini.
Yeah, Gemini is 11th house to you. So any planets in there? No.
So the Lord gets activated?
Yeah, you can also see the effects of Lord. What is Mercury? Where is Mercury? 4th house. Very. That's why 4th house is your home. That is 4th house is your home. That is, it's not like everybody will have their pet name connected to the 4th house, but having a connection with 4th house with benefit planets is always good because it is out of affection. So all the good vibrations get invoked. So that is good.
Can you see my name?
Yes, please.
Vijaya.
Vijaya. So it's a
Yeah.
Va, Ja, Ya. So Va is Yara, Lava, 4.
4.
Okay. Ja is 8. Ja is 8.
5, 6, and 8.
Okay. Ya is
1.
2. Oh, sorry, 1.
So 181 becomes 184.
184 divided by 12. So the remainder is 4. So Cancer gets activated.
And what is Cancer for you?
Second house.
From Gemini. So second house.
Yeah. So any planets in there?
No plan.
No planets.
So
Moon
gets activated.
Moon is in Taurus.
Taurus,
Moon is in
exalted.
12th house.
It's very good. Benefit planets in the 12th house is always good.
So in my name, does Rahu get activated when they call me Seshu?
It's not just Rahu. No, it's not just Rahu. The effect of Sun and Rahu will be felt. So being the ninth house is good. Being Leo is particularly good because Sun is there. But you will also feel the effect of Rahu. So when people call you Seshu, you will have there will be some, the effect of Rahu. Rahu will try and eat up Sun, that kind of scenario. But Sun is stable there. It is the ninth house, the Karaka, own house, all that. But there will be slight disturbance from somebody like an outsider or something, that kind of Sun Rahu effect. Anybody, do you have any other name?
Sure, but I use Seshu because it's more easy for most people. So I tell them Seshu so that they don't corrupt the name.
Yeah, but if you see, that is another point I wanted to bring it to you. Your name may be Seshu, but if you tell people and people call you Seshu, then you have to see the effect of Seshu, not Seshu.
No, this is Seshu.
How people call you is important, right? It may be Seshu. That's what you might want to say.
But not Seshu. It's not Seshu, why? It's Seshu.
Yeah, but what did we analyze? We analyzed
No, he is telling, you are telling the same thing what he is telling actually. Not
I understand what you're saying.
Okay, but we have to use Sir, not Sure.
Right.
If people call you Seshu,
Most people use Sir, right? So
then we have to Sir. Did we use Sir?
There are three, in this particular case, there is confusion about three versions. What is Sa, not Sa, and Sa.
Yeah,
Three.
like I'll show you one. It's easily rectified.
No, we got that.
You need to see any man who doesn't know your name, how he pronounces it.
yeah,
Seshu.
how people pronounce.
This is Sir.
Correct.
This is Sure.
This is Sa.
Last
Third
one
one.
is correct.
Third one is correct.
Yeah, but
People call you
but what do people call you? If they call you like this, one minute.
If you ask me, I call him Seshu. So
Right.
no, actually Seshu.
If they call you Seshu, then we have to calculate Sir and Sure. But if
Sa and Sha.
then it will be Sir is 7 and Sure is 5. 75 becomes 57 and divide by 12.
Why do you think that?
9. Sagittarius gets activated.
No. No, but where is telling you have to get 3 letters there?
Well, what 3 letters?
No, 2 letters.
2. Sir and Sure.
Sa and Sha, you mean?
Yeah, look at the last two.
Okay, last one when you take. Okay.
Yeah. So if people call you Seshu, then it is your Sagittarius that gets activated.
57, so.
Yeah, 75, so 57, remainder is 9. So which is your Lagna?
Okay.
Yeah, but we have to be careful. Just because most people don't call you the name, don't call you the way it is meant to be called. Sheshu. People are kind of careless about Sure and Sir and so like my name is Narayana. Actually it is Narayana. But because of corruption everybody calls Narayan. So in that case,
Na is missing.
yeah, no.
Ana.
It's actually Narayana, the Vishnu. No.
6th house activation is not good, right?
It's not like it's not good or bad. You have to analyze it's like any other question you would ask. Is the 6th house bad? Depends on what planets are there. Like Jupiter in the 6th house supposed to be very good.
Only moon there.
Yeah, that's okay. It's okay. The 5th lord in 6th is good. 5th lord having connection with 6th is supposed to be Dhimanta Yoga. So, and you see the aspects of other planets on that house. Analyze it like you would analyze any other thing. So, going back to our subject at hand, that's how, yes,
Quick one.
yes.
The names are given in at least in India, right? It's based on star. Yeah.
Right,
Right. So there is a connection already there, right?
yeah.
In numerology, in Vedic numerology.
Yeah, but that is not numerology. That is just, you basically take your nakshatra, birth star, and each birth star has a particular the alphabets associated with it. You know, and then you use that particular for that nakshatra, and that's how you.
Right.
But that is nothing to do with numerology per se, like the way we are using it. Because here we are breaking down the individual names. There, it will just say, okay, it is a Swati nakshatra, so starting from Ra is good. Because the Ra, Ra, Ri may be ruled by Swati. Then in that case, he'll be called Ravi, he'll be called Renuka. But the numerological value won't be the same. It's different.
The value won't be the same, I agree. But what I'm trying to say is that it is part derived from the, if you're looking at the already given name, it's derived from your Rasi. I mean,
Not everybody follows that rule.
yeah.
And that is just a suggestion.
Like Varaka name is different.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, no, everybody doesn't follow that,
Yeah.
right? At the modern.
yeah. But there is no connection actually between them.
All right. Actually, in the case of Ramakrishna,
Yeah.
Rama Ka Sha, that is no noun.
I know, Karna.
Kana Sha.
No, the sure gets, it's the sure that gets halved, although it comes before. Mm. So there are many such rules. So going back to our subject, so it basically starts with the introduction to the Kattapayadi Varga, and then he talks about something that you guys are very well aware of, is the aspects of sign, the sign aspects, how, you know, Rashi Drishti. Then he talks about Argala. Narasimha did talk to you about Argala, so I won't go there. Then we'll go directly to the
So how is the this Kattapayadi?
Kattapayadi Varga.
How is this used in the sutras?
Sutras, because like for example,
You apply this logic to decode the sutra.
decode the sutras.
How? Meaning?
Like I'll give you an example.
We did part of this in lesson 42 in text house.
Yeah, one.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. So, like for example, when he's talking about the calculation of Arudapadas, he gives two exceptions. We all know that there are exceptions to the Aruda Lagna, right? What if the Aruda Lagna falls in the same house as in 7th? So he gives two stanzas. He says, Swaste Daraha, and then the next is Sutaste Janma. So he breaks the Swa and then Da. So Swa, he says it is 4 divided by 12, which is 4. And then Dara is 28 divided by 12, that is 4. So remainder is 4. So what he's saying is, if the Lord of the sign is in the 4th house, then the 4th house becomes the Aruda. Right? If the Lord of the house is in the 4th house, then the 4th house itself becomes the Aruda. Because you move 4 houses, it becomes the 7th house, and then you move 10 from it. So that's what he's saying. And then he's saying Sutaste Janma. So Suta is 67 divided by 12, and Janma is 58 divided by 12. So you get the remainder 7 and 10. So if the Lord of sign is in the 7th from it, then the 10th house becomes the Aruda. So that's how.
Okay. So there is a relation.
Yeah, that's how he codifies it. That's how he has used the Kattapayadi Varga.
But the Sanskrit words themselves don't mean that.
You may try and decipher the word Sutaste Janma and all that, but it might not make any clear meaning.
Okay.
So, after skipping the the basics where he talks about the signs and argalas and all that, he basically starts talking about something that Narasimha has taught you is the Atma Karaka indicates the Ishta Devata and his disposition indicates, bondage or moksha. And then he talks about basically talks about the Atma Karaka, and then he talks about the various Charakarakas. The Amatya Karaka, Bhratri Karaka, Matri Karaka, Pitri Karaka, Putra Karaka, Nati Karaka, and Dara Karaka. So then he talks about the 8 Charakarakas. One thing I was thinking about is why is it called Dara Karaka? Because when I was just learning about Sanskrit here and there, I got to know that, the 7th house, what the 7th house is called? In astrology, the 7th house, what is the Sanskrit term for it? 7th house is English word.
Right. Sapta.
Yes, Saptama, but
Saptama Bhava.
like the 3rd is Bhratra Bhava,
Dara Bhava. Kalatra Bhava.
Kalatra Bhava. And Venus is called Kalatra Karaka. The word Kalatra is neutral in gender. Yes, spouse. It means spouse. But the word Dara is masculine. And the word Bharya is feminine. So I was just thinking along these lines. Because when you talk about the 7th house and Venus, he's referring it in a neutral gender. That means it can be used for both. In a man's horoscope, it is the woman. In the woman's horoscope, it is the man. Kalatra and and Venus. But when it comes to Charakaraka, he says Dara Karaka. Why didn't he say Kalatra Karaka? That is something I was just thinking on. We need not think about it right now, but just food for thought. I was just thinking along these lines. Of course, these are the 8 Charakarakas which you use in analyzing the horoscope. Then he talks about, of course, if you have attended Sanjayji's lectures or read his article on the Charakaraka, he says his opinion is there is both the 8 Charakaraka scheme and 7 Charakaraka scheme. Even Parashara has said there are 8 and there is 7. Some prefer the one over the other. And even some modern day authors like K.N. Rao prefers the 7 Charakaraka scheme. What Sanjay Dutt put forward in his article was the difference is in the 7 Karaka scheme, the Matri Karak and Putra Karak are fused together. So what happens is, that means there is no Putra Karak. There is only Matra Karak, father, mother, indicator of mother, father, so on and so forth. There are no kids. So he's saying that in the case of living beings who are able to reproduce, use the 8 Charakaraka scheme where the Putra Karaka plays a role. And in case of inanimate beings where there is no, like for example, if you want to see, the success of launching a rocket, the space rockets or those, any of these organization, mundane, which is there's no connection to procreation or there's no kids involved, in the sense that they're inanimate in nature. In that case, use the 7 Charakaraka scheme. Like if you're using elections, mundane astrology, typically use the 7 Charakaraka scheme there. And it makes sense. The next stanza he's talking about the natural significator of younger brother, brother-in-law, sister-in-law. Mars is the natural, he says that Mars is a natural significator of younger brother. Maternal uncles and all maternal relatives are signified by Mercury. Paternal grandparents and relatives, husband and children are divined from Jupiter. Wife, father and mother-in-laws, maternal grandparents are studied from Venus. Why is father?
Why father is 900?
Why is father studied from Venus? I'm sure Jaimini doesn't know anything about astrology. No, the reason is there are Sun and Venus are considered to be the significator for father, because one carries the soul, the other causes the sperm, carry the sperm, and you have to take the stronger or the weakest in you're using Shura Dasa and all those. Typically these are Sthira Karaka. These are not like, he says Mars is the natural significator for younger brother, sister, brother-in-law, sister-in-law and mother. So Moon and Mars are the significators, Sthira Karakas for mother. So when you're analyzing longevity or health related issues, use the Sthira, yes. Either you take the stronger, or if it is weak, it has to be really weak and then you have to take that.
You mean take who is stronger or who is weaker?
Both. You have to, if it is really strong, then you take that. And if the weak planet is weak and afflicted really badly, then you take the weaker.
But if it's just weak, don't bother.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like you have to be really famous or infamous. You have to be a real good guy or the worst guy on earth. Then people will notice you, right? If you think of Sri Ram, you think, oh, he's done so much good. Think of Saddam Hussein. Also think of Saddam Hussein because of all the bad things he has done. So basically, the concept is similar to that. You either use one that is really good or the one that is really bad, afflicted. So the reason why he has given these are the Sthira Karakas, and the Sthira Karakas are used in timing, health problems, death, and all those kind of longevity related issues. In the next chapter, that is chapter 1, quarter 2, he has given the effects of various Navamsas. So what happens if a particular Navamsa rises? He has not given an exact application of where it is to be used, but he says that the application we'll learn later on where it will be used. But they have a definite applicability in astrology, and it is worth knowing about these things. Like for example, Aries Navamsa brings troubles from rats, cats. Okay, Taurus Navamsa indicates trouble or happiness from quadrupeds like cows, bulls. Okay, Gemini Navamsa indicates trouble like itches, skin infection, and overweight problems. The thing is, when you are analyzing health-related issues, okay, anything that is troubling you or bothering you, and you're using like a Ayur Dasa or Paryaya Dasa, then if a person is having health, like a skin infection or overweight problems, then you should see the influence of Gemini. That will give you the clue.
We can use it for rectification.
It is Navamsa rectification. You can use it, but it is not as clear as some of the dictums that we'll encounter later on, which I'll tell you, which is very vital and helps a lot in rectifying the Navamsa. Here it is more about the trouble comes from. So yes, you can use it if, say, you're looking at the 6th house and the 6th house shows some other problem, and he's reporting some other problem. Maybe there is an error.
It's only 3 and D9.
Yeah. Now we are talking about Navamsha. Yeah.
The Navamsa.
Yes, D9.
Take the D9.
There is only one G9.
No, my point is, like, he is talking about that.
Yes. Cancer Navamsa indicates trouble from watery disease, hydrophobia and leprosy. Leo Navamsa, dogs, tiger and other such canines, large canines. Virgo Navamsa indicates trouble from fires, weight problems, skin infection. You see, both the signs ruled by Mercury give weight problems and skin infection. Okay, typically when Mercury is afflicted by Rahu, it gives skin problems. Rahu is chamara, like skin peeled. And when Mercury is afflicted by Ketu, it gives overweight problems. So that is one thing that, when you just read these things, at first it won't make any sense. What is he talking about? I must have read this page 22 million times. And each time I wonder what's happening, what's he trying? He's trying to make fool of me. He's trying to increase the size of the book by adding a couple of pages. No, but there are certain, you'll not realize just when you start reading it. Because the way I try to learn is, I want to know where the application is. If I don't understand the application, then what's the point of remembering all these, as it is, astrology is so vast. Then we have to keep remembering so many rules and regulations. So for me, if I find an application, it sticks in here very well. I don't have to remember any of these things. I know it. But unless a real qualified guru teaches you the application, till then you have to just grope in the dark. And sometimes I find while analyzing chart, I do run into a situation when a person has skin infection or overweight problems, and then I do find Mercury afflicted, and these Virgo are playing a role in the Rashi Dasa. So keep this at the back of your mind. It's very important.
Discuss the top one.
So everybody is with me. Everybody understands what's going on, right? Libra Navamsa. So Libra Navamsa indicates trouble from trade and business, because that's a natural sign of trade and business. Okay. Scorpio Navamsa, trouble from watery diseases. Yes, shortage of mother's milk. Also you have read. Very good. Indicates shortage of mother's milk. Snakes. Scorpio is a sign where snakes and all those reptiles, watery diseases. Why shortage of mother's milk? Think. So?
One by Mars.
Ketu. That's a good question. That's a good. What has Ketu got to do? I want to know. Who is the significator of mother and milk?
The moon is debilitated there.
Moon is debilitated.
Yeah. Ketu is because Ketu afflicts moon very badly. And being the 8th house of the natural Kala Purusha, moon becomes a Marnakara Sthana also. So whenever you run into a situation when you're analyzing a chart, and I've heard these cases like the mother very sick or not enough milk in the body for her to breastfeed the kid, and then she uses the artificial means to, then you have to use this and see the influence of Scorpio and how Scorpio plays a role in her chart. Sagittarius Navamsa indicates danger from accidents and fall from height. So whenever you're analyzing plane crash and I fell down from a big height, Sagittarius will play a role. In fact, when studying the Dasa Pravesha of, I think in one of the books he has written, he was analyzing the Dasa Pravesha chart of one of the kings. And later on, subsequently, the king basically had to give up his throne and run away. And then Sagittarius Dasa was running. Fall from height is not just a physical fall from height, but from a position. Capricorn Navamsa indicates danger from aquatic creatures, birds, spirits. Capricorn is called also the graveyard of the zodiac. If you want to do tantra there, that's a very good sign. But it's spirits, and besides skin problems and psychic disorders. So spirit, psychic disorder, getting possessed, pisacha, all that is Capricorn. Aquarius Navamsa indicates construction of lakes, temples, gardens, roads. And then on the negative side, there will be problem in these areas. Pisces Navamsa indicates law-abiding, religious and righteous person. So there are... Huh?
How come for the first 10 houses we were talking about negatives and the last two were positive?
No, they say that if they are afflicted, then there will be problem from these areas.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
the area now,
Yeah.
whether it's problem or...
Right. Now, typical is basically one way to analyze, you put it into application is you can see in Rashi you can see the Badaka Lord, or the planet which is most afflicted. Typically where the problem can be expected, like Badaka Sthana, Badaka Vipati, the Lord of the Badaka, and see its Navamsa position, and then use this knowledge to see where the trouble could be from.
See Badaka Lord in Rashi.
Right, and see which Navamsa.
Which Navamsa is
Like for example, for Aries Navamsa, he said, brings trouble from rat, cat. What it means is, in some situation you will be the rat, in some situation you will be the cat. Like for example, if a smuggler is going through a bad dasa, and the cops are after him, and he's hiding, and so he might be running dasa where the effects of Aries Navamsa is full. So that's how you have to apply it.
In case of Bharakesh, you see, Bharakesh from Rashi, you see with position.
Like I'll give an example. In your case, who's the Badaka Lord?
Bharakesh is Sun.
No,
No,
Mercury.
My
Yours is the common sign.
Mercury, right?
Mercury.
Yeah, this is yeah.
Yes. Mercury, right?
Right.
Where is it in Navamsa?
Mercury in 10th house.
Yeah, but which sign?
which house?
It's in Leo. No, it's in Virgo.
Virgo. So yes, Dhanu in Navamsa?
No, in Navamsa. No, Navamsa. I'm not. I'm sorry. Navamsa Lagna is Scorpio.
Yeah, Navamsa Lagna is Scorpio. Where is Mercury placed?
Better open the chart.
Better open my chart. I would remember my chart.
Mercury is in Leo.
Oh, his Mercury is in Leo. Okay. So he's solid. So Mercury, I don't have your chart. Yeah. So so Mercury is in Leo. So you read Leo, and the point is, you see which one is very afflicted. Like for example, your sun is afflicted by Rahu. So where is your sun in Navamsa?
Sun is in Sagittarius.
Sagittarius.
Second house.
Yeah. Yeah. So Sagittarius. So trouble. So during Sun Dasa, let's say you are analyzing Sun Dasa. What will happen? It is afflicted by Rahu. Sun shows the government or your position, or Rahu shows the troublemaker. Sagittarius will fall from position. One thing you can infer is, not that it is going to happen or it will happen, but one thing you can infer, considering all other aspects, is, the person may have trouble from, from outsiders, and then he'll have a loss in position, or there'll be, he'll have to change jobs, so on and so forth.
So
But
I have Jupiter in Lagna in Chennai.
okay,
That
Jupiter.
is my Bhadakesha.
Jupiter. What is your Meena Lagna? Mithuna Lagna.
With Jupiter in it.
Jupiter.
Bhadakesha is in Lagna.
Lagna.
And he's placed in Navamsa, Sagittarius.
Sagittarius.
Second house. Scorpio is my Navamsa.
Okay, Sagittarius. So
So Jupiter also is gone. Like, what was the problem?
see, one thing is, first of all, Jupiter is in Sagittarius. Her Badaka Lord is Jupiter. And in Navamsa it is placed in Sagittarius. Sagittarius. The sign is important.
Yeah, second house.
Yeah, we are not concerned about the house. We are concerned about the sign. Okay. Sagittarius, Jupiter in Sagittarius is good. It's not bad. We have to look at afflictions per se.
He's with Mercury.
That's fine. No, that's okay. It's not
But
going.
you said the house, and then it could be either positive or negative.
Right.
So in this case, every indication is positive. Maybe she got a rise or something.
Yeah, it is possible. It is nothing. There's nothing to worry about.
No,
But it doesn't show rise, by the way,
No.
because
Fall.
yeah, I understand. But the opposite is. It's not like the opposite.
Okay.
What will say it may not happen.
May not happen. Okay.
Yeah, it may not happen, and the good aspects of Jupiter will show up. Yet typically, if you see, it's all lot of negative elements are written. So just avoid that.
My son has a skin problem.
Skin problem. Okay, what is his rising?
I'm trying to,
Do you have his birth info? You know, that's very good. People nowadays don't remember their birth chart. I don't know why.
no,
that's because
no,
my
Navamsha is
D24
remember.
fifth house is weak. So I grasp things fast, but I forget very fast. I don't retain.
That's another problem of teaching astrology. Now he's giving all the excuses.
So
Astrology.
because Navamsha difficult to remember.
No, one thing I'll do is I don't know how you guys read. I always keep the chart in front of me. It's when you let's say you're listening to Narasimha's lecture.
Yeah, we do that.
Yeah, then focus on the chart. Don't start imagining, that you can start imagining after you have reached a stage where you won't need any charts. Like I can remember charts very easily. But practice.
Yeah,
Like it's as if you're looking at a girl. Practice.
30th August 2001.
1 minute. So we're taking a look at a sample chart.
Yes,
I'm just showing a simple application. It may or may not.
Yeah.
Okay. August?
30th,
August 30th,
2001,
2001.
12:29 p.m.
That means in the afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Place?
Oh, then it should be okay. Yeah, that's correct. Lowell.
So in the afternoon, so it's 12:29. So it comes to Libra.
Yes.
It's Libra rising, right?
Yeah, Libra rising.
Okay. So let's say Libra rising. What's the Badaka Lord?
Mercury.
Why is it Mercury?
No, you're in it's 11th Lord. 11th Lord, Sun.
Sun. Okay. Where is Sun placed?
One house.
Sun in Navamsha is placed in
One house.
own house, right?
How is it Badaka
11, because
11.
it's,
For
Is it
I will repeat.
Karaka 7?
I will repeat Badaka Lord, but by now you should have known. For movable sign,
Yes, sir.
it is 11.
11.
For fixed sign,
It is
9th.
9. For
Dual sign, 7th.
7. Okay. So here you see the Badaka, it's Libra rising. Badaka Lord is Sun. Say it out.
Sun.
Sun. The Sun is very strongly posited in Leo. In Navamsha also it's very strong. So that is not going. Huh?
Sun is in what goes on.
Yes, but that is irrelevant. That is, it's not afflicted.
Okay.
Okay, it's not afflicted. So the question is, then what is the planet? See, infection can be shown
in
by.
this case, can you say no troubles from dogs? Like that?
That's not like. There are other indications also, but typically, you should see for skin problems, Mercury should be afflicted, or the signs Gemini and Virgo.
Mercury is aspecting it.
No, Mercury may aspect it, but Mercury should be afflicted. Mercury should be afflicted. See, why I gave the Badaka Lord as example is because Badaka gives trouble that you could expect, but the trouble could be expected.
Natural way.
Yeah, and this but see,
in the 12th position.
no, Mercury is in the 12th, but what is it that it is causing the skin problem? How bad is it?
I mean, there's a lot of wounds. I mean,
Yeah.
the last 3 years taking medicine.
Okay, so
Since he birth, he can please take medicine.
see, one is in Rashi you have Rahu placed afflicting the sign of Mercury. Okay, and there is a Rashi aspect of Rahu, Mars and Ketu on Mercury. Okay, in Navamsha you have Ketu isn't, so the nodes are having a role. What dasa could he be running? He should be, Typically, a dasa of either Mercury or the node should be running because
Or
the
the Rahu.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Even Jupiter.
huh? He's running Jupiter.
No, I'm
Yes, Sandasha is running.
No, he's running moon dasa. So when did it start? From 2002?
No, he is born in 2001.
Okay.
Yeah, 2002 it started. The
Okay.
problem.
So it's so there are no conditional dasas applicable in this chart. So moon dasa is giving.
Does it depend only on Mahadasha or does it depend upon Antardasha?
Well, it depends.
Anyways, it's going to move.
Yeah, it depends on, like for example, here definitely moon should be afflicted to show why it is having some skin-related problems.
Only thing is in Navamsha moon is having Rahu and Ketu having
moon is in
Yeah.
Scorpio and
moon. But
Ketu in D6 moon is in Scorpio with Ketu in Taurus.
D6 is also another chart where you have to use this because all troubles and health-related issues, D6 is very important. Shashtamsa. So
Moon in debilitated.
moon in debility.
Ketu and Rahu in the
In using this Jaimini Sutras, do they get applied only to Rasi Navamsa or to
Shashtamsa also.
also?
Shashtamsa. Shashtamsa is the key.
Not absolutely
Okay, but that's how you apply. Here in this chart, it is not that clear. Yeah, but typically these, like in many of the charts having obesity problems, Mercury is afflicted by Ketu. So these are the common connections. Okay, so we'll proceed. So then, now he starts, he first makes a very cautious entry into the Navamsha. I'm talking about, say, Jaimini, Maharishi Jaimini. He just, he talks about Atmakaraka, Amatyakaraka and the 7-8 kar. And then very slyly he moves into Navamsha, he introduces the 12 Navamshas and the problems coming from it. And then he says, the sun in the Swamsa makes the native a keen government/political worker and good at social service. So he's talking now about the Swamsa. Typically Swamsa means Navamsa Lagna. Swamsa, he has used Swamsa interchangeably for the sign occupied by the Atmakaraka, Karakamsha also. And he's used Swamsa, but typically here in this case, unless it has been explicitly stated, we'll take it as the Navamsa Lagna, or is it called Lagnamsa in short. So Lagnamsa. So sun in Swamsa makes the native, what does it do? A keen government worker or good at social service. So if you find a chart where you find this is one of the striking feature of that person, like a person is very good at social service, he does work for government and all. So obviously social service, government, these are all domain of sun. So you will see the influence of sun on the Navamsha Lagna.
It's next to the king.
Yeah, exactly. So but why Navamsha? Why is he talking about Navamsha? Why not Dasamsha? Yeah, we are talking about Navamsha shows the abilities and, Dasamsha fine tunes it and, gives the details about what exactly he does. But Navamsa, you have to understand the potential. What is he? He might be good at singing, wonderful singer, but at work he is a software engineer. It is possible. Or he may be a wonderful pandit, trained by his parents and all that, but he has to, take up some modern livelihood for making money, and so he's a software engineer. Anything is possible. But why is Navamsha so important?
It shows the blessings. So it is Dharma and the blessings.
So, why is it that,
Nostalgia, ninth
so,
division. So that's your fortune. No.
that is all part of the answer. But what is it that, they say that if your son make a good social worker, why are you good at it? Do you become good just because you do something, you become good? Why is Pandit Sanjay Rath very good at astrology? Or why is Narasimha good at writing software or whatever?
It shows your soul. The karma, the past.
That means these people have done these things for a long time. You become good only when you do something for a long time. No, that's why everybody is created equal. That means they have to do that thing for that prescribed time. Then they get efficiency and proficiency in that particular line of thinking or aspect. So that is very important. That sadhana has to be done. That hard work has to be done. You have to experience whatever it is from here to there to reach there. So that is very important. So, why are you guys sitting here on a Sunday afternoon, beautiful Sunday afternoon, learning astrology? Then you could just be lazing around at home, watching TV, If some interest is there, some interest to learn astrology.
The 8th house.
Yeah, true. The 8th house is true, but you have done it in your past life that you come in here. That you find it easy to pick up. It's not like it's taking you ages for you to understand a simple concept. Right? That means you have done it in the past life. You feel that, for me it was like I started when I was 16, 17. I was reading a book. On the outside, I had a, big engineering book because I was reading for my engineering. And my inside I had B.V. Raman's book reading. My father saw that and he was really suspicious. He thought at that age, what do people read, And he was really suspicious. What are you reading? Reading such dirty magazines or anything? Show me. And then I showed him B.V. Raman's astrology. So the thing is, that interest, that past life interest surfaces. So what has Navamsa got to do with past life?
There are 9 hours, right?
What has 9th house got to do?
Purva Punya.
Purva Punya is that's fine.
Purva Punya is no 5th house.
Yeah, Navamsa shows the blessing. 9th house is the blessing. And what good karmas you have done in the past. And the credit is taken to the 5th house. So the 5th house shows what credit is remaining that you can use up, kind of thing.
So 5th is the remaining credit?
Yeah, that is why 5th is the future.
Future Punya.
Yeah. 9th is whatever you have done in the past. The 5th is whatever you have credit done well. So, but no, let's talk about deviate for 2 minutes and talk about Mahabharata. We are talking about Navamsha. What is the other name for Navamsha? Right. Who is the Dharmaraja? Yudhishthira. Now, what happened if I could just ask you to recollect Mahabharata? What happened when the Pandavas won over the Kauravas and they ruled efficiently for so many n number of years, and then they decided, okay, it's time for us to hang our boots. So they made one of their sons as a king, and then they said, okay, we are going to retire to the Himalayas. And then the Pandavas along with Draupadi started their trek to Himalayas. And then they were on their path slowly, and then they reached a big mountain, and then if you cross that mountain on the top, Meru, right? That's where they were supposed to go to the heavens from there. But on their path, one by one, the brothers started falling down. they lost their lives. So when Nakula or something fell down, so he died, and then they all asked Yudhishthira, why did he die? He said he was too proud of his looks and all that. Sahadeva, he thought he was too good in astrology and he was always thinking about astrology and so on and so forth. Bhima was too proud of his strength. Finally,
only
Yudhishthira makes it, along with a dog. So when Yama came, who comes? Yama comes. Who is Yama?
Yamadharma.
Dharmaraja. So he is also Dharmaraja. So Yama comes and says, alright, you can come in. I'll take you. But he says, there is a dog also. I want him also. He came here. He succeeded. He joined us. He's the other one besides me who is here successfully. Then Yama got happy. The dog is a vehicle of Yama, you know, right? And so he was Yama in disguise. So he was very happy and, all that. My point is, it is the dharma from the past life that is carried over to the next life. So only Yudhishthira was able to go. So it is only the dharma. Whatever the dharma you followed, something that gets carried over to the next life and comes as a blessing in the Navamsa. That's why you're good at a particular thing, or not good at a particular thing, so on and so forth. That is why Navamsa is very important. Now, so the sun ensures that you may be good at political work or social service, because in the past life you had done some such things. The full moon and Venus in Navamsa, in Swamsa, gives all luxuries of life and an education is distributed. Typically in full moon. That means a very strong moon. It should not be afflicted, should not be like a Amavasya or, it should be with a reasonable strength. Such a moon, along with Venus, is seen in the chart of people who are wealthy. Especially the connection to the Navamsa Lagna, like Princess Diana and J.R.D. the Tatas, the head of the Tata who formed all the big organizations. They have that moon and Venus combination. The full moon. Yeah, it is also possible. The Shubha Kartari. So moon and Venus. Who? PVR has moon and Venus together in the second house. Shubha Kartari in Navamsa. That is very good. And an educationist is pro. What is the meaning of educationist?
Somebody who establishes an institution.
Yes. Who teaches?
But why education is for moon and Venus?
Who teaches you when you start? You want to do toilet training. Right? So, don't underestimate moon. It's very, very, very strong planet. Shows the mother and a good teacher also. Typically when you're analyzing the chart in Dasamsa, now if you're going into Dasamsa and you see a teacher and you see moon's influence, it is more likely that such a person teaches kids, toddlers, or up to the 10th grade or before the college, the higher education begins. That is something that keep in mind. So, it's very interesting, if you start thinking about it, at first I said, I kept reading it very superficially. Initially it didn't make any sense. Then Sanjay ji explained to me slowly. It started making sense. We applied it in a lot of charts. And then we applied it rashly. then slowly started understanding the importance of these, how it plays a role. Mars in Swamsa gives expertise in metallurgy, that means metals, dealing with metals, or arms and warfare, which is common sense, right? You would expect. So keep that in mind. Or matters related to fire. Mars is fire. Mercury in Swamsa, what would you expect?
Analytical, mathematical.
Artist.
True, everything. First of all,
Finance, trading.
good, very good, very good. Mercury is a Vaishya. He's a businessman by nature. He's a Karaka of the 10th house also. Primary. Mercury in Swamsa gives business acumen. Okay? And produces a skilled trader. Or a weaver, sculptor, or one who is well versed in social and legal norms. Very important. Why social and legal norms? Because Mercury is also significant for lawyers. There are different kinds of, in lawyer there are different aspects of lawyers. One is who will know the law. For that Jupiter's influence is seen. One who argues, prosecutes, that Mars is seen, Then one who talks analytically, makes a point, talks about both. In lawyer, you can either be a prosecutor or defense and all that, right? So you have to see both sides of the coin. Mercury is very good at these.
That's because of Mercury being communication skill.
Communication skill, analytical. Mercury always is debating this side, that side, never reaches a conclusion. That's why Mercury and Mars never get along. Because Mars is like, I want to hit you, I'll hit you on your face. There is no two ways about it. Mercury will start thinking, should I hit you left or right? If it is left, what will happen? If it is right, what will happen? Then he'll go on a tangent. And Mars will sit on the side, oh, man, you guy is really useless. And then he'll just pick up his gun and shoot. So that's why Mars and Mercury there's a problem. Okay. Jupiter in Swamsa, what will be the effect of Jupiter in Swamsa?
Very wise.
Yes.
Very fast.
True. Because, yes. Huh? Yes. True. It's a very commonsensical application. You're just taking the qualities of Jupiter. That is fine. That is how it should be done. There are other things also which you can learn by reading the book, like for example, it makes a person karma yogi, who will excel in any field, due to his intelligence, or one interested in philosophy and religion, or a priest. See, Jupiter, because of his intelligence, such a people, quite often you will come across people who are very good at taking whatever they pick up.
Jack of all, master of none.
Jupiter is master in one.
Master in one.
Yes.
So
Jack of all, master in one. There will be a stanza later on says, Jupiter in Swamsa or fifth or whatever will make native interested in will read many topics, but will specialize in one.
Okay.
Master of
Jack.
But it's very, very important to understand. It's so important to rectify a chart. Like let's go back to your son's chart, Ramakrishna's son's chart. What is his name? Vishwarupa. So it's Vishwa. So if let's assume that in this chart the Navamsa is correct, what can you tell? There are no planets on Navamsa Lagna, right? That's fine. For now, just see what are aspecting the Navamsa Lagna. Venus. Venus is aspecting Navamsa.
Yeah.
Venus and Saturn.
Venus, Saturn.
So you will see the influence of Venus and Saturn in his personality. Later on we'll see trines will play a role, so on and so forth. But Venus and Saturn will play a role in this person's personality. More specifically, Venus is the Navamsa Lagna Lord also. Now, that is assuming this chart is accurate. Now let's see what, say, Jaimini says. Venus in Swamsa indicates a government or a political official or a passionate person who is virile up to 100 years. Venus indicates the semen, Reza, or Ojas Shakti, the power of rejuvenation. Never give up. Die-hard fighters. Venus also rules the Sanjeevani mantra because Shukracharya had the power of Sanjeevani mantra to revive the dead.
Immortal.
So he has that power never say die attitude. Venus, passionate person. So that's what the effect of Venus will show. What is Saturn in Swamsar?
Long suffering, hard working.
Hard working.
Long suffering is the negative aspect.
But hard working is the good aspect.
Very good. That means Saturn is at the most positive. It's nothing. What will happen if you are hardworking?
Fruit, boga.
Right. So that's why he says Saturn in Swamsa gives success in any line of activity and consequential fame. Because there is no substitute to hard work. You work hard, you will get it. Nobody is going to stop you. Abhyasa. Yes. I do know one lady, and she's very hardworking. She's not smart. Okay, she's not smart at all. You know, for commonsensical approach, she's like. I mean, you can very well make out that she doesn't have enough of common sense. But she is very hardworking and dedicated. I have seen her conquer any trouble, any and every kind of trouble, just by the dint of perseverance and hard work. You give her anything, you give her a supercomputer to work on. Obviously, she's no way qualified to work on it. But she'll start at the bottommost. She'll try. She'll learn. After 2 years, you'll see she has conquered that. That is sadhana. That is abhyasa. That is Saturn. That's why Saturn, tapasvi. That is part of the
How
tapasvi.
is on a side note, how is the difference between Saturn in Vamsa here versus the Saturn as a Vargottama? Saturn is Vargottama. Both are same?
Both are important.
What is the difference between the two? Because from what you described, I'm exactly that. And I have Saturn in Vargottama, and that's exactly that. I don't give up.
That is also the same. If you don't, like for example, let's say we don't know about this Vargottam business. Okay, there is no concept of Virgo, let's assume. Then if I were to look at your chart, and if you say that you are such a person, then I want to put Saturn either on your Lagna or your trines. Later on we'll talk about the effect of trines. Okay, but then you'll say it is not in trines and my time is accurate.
Then you have to work on it.
Then I will say that is the effect of that Vargottam Shani. That Vargottam Shani is also used.
In the same context. Right?
Yes. So that is so important. This working hard is the most difficult of all. Because everybody wants to work. Not to work, they want all the fruits just by like that, without putting any effort. So having the blessings of Shani Dev is one of the greatest blessings. Because they have, what will such a person have? Internally, what would you have to make you patient and work hard? You have to have tremendous tolerance. Focus, tolerance. See, concentration is also given by Saturn. Because Saturn is Thira, slow moving. Chanchala is moon. Moon and Mercury, yes. Keeps moving here and there. Saturn is Thira. A very important, one of the best blessings. We all talk about Jupiter's line sign on us and all that. But one good aspect, and Narasimha always says, my Saturn is very positive. You are able to do these things because you have the patience and perseverance to sit together and do. You may be the smartest guy on earth, but you won't reach anywhere if you don't work towards it.
Also, Saturn gives the other important thing of being able to burn all the karmas.
Yes.
Faster, because it forces them to be burnt on.
Yes. That's why the suffering.
Moksha.
Yeah, moksha is long time. Yes. Right. That means
burning your karmas.
Saturn is a Maha Anubhavi, the great experiencer. It will make you experience things. That's how you learn. That's how you burn off your karmas. And on the path to moksha. Moksha is a long way. But Saturn is very, very important.
That's why the Saturn is almost the furthest planet, and it's close to moksha.
Yeah.
So when you have Saturn, you penetrate Saturn, you're moksha. That's the furthest one out.
Fine.
Yeah.
You get out of Saturn, you get out into
The only thing is, don't get captured by Rahu and Ketu. Okay.
Now, here, in the example you're looking for is Saturn, but Saturn is not a Lagna.
No, it is aspect of the Lagna.
So, if there's no planet, we should look at the aspect.
The aspects will play a role, yes.
Even the planet is there also, we have to see that.
Yeah. Basically, there are a couple of ways. One is planet placed in there.
Yeah.
Then you look at the trines. Trines are very important now, Amsha. And you look at the planets aspecting it.
So, this is the order you mean?
Yeah. But we'll go into it later as you'll understand that what is the difference between Saturn in Lagna and Saturn in the 5th or Saturn in the 9th. Although it is in trines, but they mean separate things.
You never look at the ruler of the Lagna or anything like that?
Ruler of the Lagna is also seen. Yeah. That's why I said Venus is also here it so happens as Venus aspecting the Lagna is also the Lagna Lord. So it reinforces. So now we talked about this 7 planets or 5 planets. Now we are talking, moon and education.
Moon and Venus.
Now we'll talk about Rahu and Ketu. Rahu and Ketu are typically not the norm. They are abnormal or anormal, whatever you may call it. You have the 5 planets and all that, the luminaries, the 5 planets, and then you have these, Rahu and Ketu. If you listen to Sanjay ji's lecture, he put it in a very, very nice way. Rahu shows the ability to break barriers, boundaries. It always, Rahu is import, Ketu is export. If you read the significations of Rahu and Ketu, Rahu is import and Ketu is export. That means Rahu shows the effect of outside influence inside, and Ketu shows the effect of inside influence going out. So when you're talking about spies of a neighboring country coming in, they are Rahu, and our spies is all Ketu going out, and so they have their good and the bad sides also. But that's what Rahu gives, is the ability to break barriers, or researcher, but a researcher who tends to go beyond the boundary, beyond the rules and regulations of the society, the norms. Yeah, clause that Lakshman Rekha. Let me ask you another question. Which planet indicates medicine?
Mars.
Depends on
there are many planets, but moon is typically for healing and for medicine. In my blog, I have given a couple of quotes, references from scriptures, where it is clearly shown that moon is Aushadapati. I'm collecting all these scriptural references to show exactly who is the Karaka for. In one of the Siddhamsa of a person who is a doctor, I saw moon with Rahu and Ketu. He's a doctor. Guess what kind of a doctor he could be?
Surgeon?
Yeah, surgeon is typically Mars.
Surgeon is Mars.
Yeah, Mars shows the cutting and
Pathology.
no, he is research oriented, but something that is a new, on the bleeding edge of technology, as you say.
Is it neurosurgeon or something?
Yeah, he's one of those nuclear medicine doctors.
Nuclear medicine, okay.
That's the antique medicine.
Yeah?
That's the stuff that no one wants.
No, but something that it's like a research thing for the new wave of treating.
Nuclear is 50 years ago.
Okay, then whatever. I don't know the exact word for it. The next what is it called?
Stem cell.
Stem cell, yes, something along those. So that's what he does. Something that requires you to cross the boundary and work on things that has never been tested. All those things.
That is what combinations moon?
Rahul case.
Yeah. So it need not be just moon. Need not be stem cell, but the other things which are indicated by crossing the boundaries and breaking the limits. So going back to the book, this is Rahu in Swamsa produces a bowman or a thief. Thief.
We can do that.
Huh?
Bowman.
Bowman means one who wields the bow.
Okay.
One who uses weapons. He may earn by dacoity or by cheating, or capable of handling very poisonous and dangerous chemicals. Rahu gives the ability to handle danger. Rahu is Sarpa, snake. Chemicals, medicines, or an expert in metals or manufacturing. So, ability to handle poison, metal manufacturing, cheat others. So, all this is shown by Rahu. Ketu in Swamsa indicates one who will earn through elephants. Ketu is Ganapati. Or maybe a thief or a swindler, the negative aspect. So the common thing between an afflicted Rahu and Ketu is thief, swindler, dacoity, one who troubles others. But there are other things also, handling poisons for Rahu. Ketu is mathematician, we'll find, as we'll see later on. So,
We can be druggists and importer of cocaine and everything.
yeah, importer, especially importer and exporter. Importer for Rahu, exporter for Ketu.
Drug export.
Yeah.
Venus and Ketu in Lagna.
Sanjay ji, yes.
He's thinking outside the country or something.
Yeah, see, yeah, he's basically exporter of knowledge and all that. Venus, it gives you, Venus and Ketu is Venus is one of the gurus, and that Ketu is Parampara. So all that. Venus gives him the ability to, paint, to remember things in pictures, photographic memory and all that. So we finished all the planets, and we saw how these affect our personalities, and we also saw how it is the blessings of our past life. It is good to understand and apply them in charts. Read them slowly, apply them in charts. You'll get an idea of how important they are. Because you won't find these in any of the normal classical books. You read all the classical books, very rarely you'll find all this information given at one place or so clearly explained. So these are just a potential, one of the blessings you have from past life. But if you want to focus on what the person is doing and all that, then you have to look at the relevant Varga chart for a detailed understanding. It's not exactly like if a person is good at singing that he will end up as a singer. There are many singers who are good at singing, but they do other things. So if the Samsa shows the singing capabilities or as a singer, then you can confirm, but otherwise no.
So it's like if the sensa shows, but the blessing is not here, then that's not what it is.
Yeah, he's just a person. He's just somebody who's doing it, not something he may be good at it.
This shows basically the ability of the bank balance here before you can have it in many years.
Right.
I remember PVR Narasimha Rao was saying 5th house is the one that is Gurukrpa, and 9th house is the one that you can. That one, or you are saying 5th house is 5th and 9th?
Yeah, 9th house is what you have done, past. 5th house is the Purva Punya, means that which you will.
Result of that karma.
Yeah, the result. So it is the result, and because of the result, you have a balance there, which you can use it for the future. So when that's how the 5th Lord comes, good things will happen. If you've not done any good things, then you won't have too much reserve to bank on.
Navamsha fifth house shows the real ability of a person.
No. The trines. Even the aspects will give an influence of that particular.
Say Naishwarya star, I think you have seen Venus in the fifth house. Naishwarya or
See,
Tom Hanks star.
Right.
Then the Rashi sir.
Navamsha.
See, the thing is, the Rashi, aspects, trines, all have a role to play.
Okay.
And even among the trines, there is a difference between being in the Lagna, being in the fifth, and being in the ninth.
Yes.
Fifth house is through Abhyasa.
Yeah.
Ninth is through Guru.
Yeah, Lagna is something that you're born with.
It's a practice in Abhyasa 9 from Guru.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, this has to be put to use. And next time, if I see you analyze a chart, you have to look at these aspects. The first thing I see when I open up a chart, because I make Lagna is right and all, but Navamsha Lagna has to be correct. And the way, how do you rectify the Navamsha Lagna? What is the most tangible thing that you can... No, marriage is true. But the first thing is about that person's character.
What is the...
Yeah,
what is
for
the
example, I can say I'm a very hot-headed person. I'm a very hot-headed person. I get angry very easily.
So Mars should possibly be playing a role in your case.
Yes,
So an aspect or your Lagna should be either aspected or in...
That means I work hard to get angry.
Hard to get angry.
No, I mean, so I have Virgo Lagna with Mars in Capricorn.
You have what?
Navamsha is Virgo
Virgo.
with Mars in Capricorn
Okay.
in trines.
Okay.
So that shows.
It's in Virgo.
Yeah. Yeah, Mars is Virgo too. So that also is.
That's what's up again.
But once somebody had come and said, please take a look at my chart. I said, is the time accurate? He said, it's very accurate, he's very sure. But still, I don't believe people. They talk a lot of rubbish. Say, my grandmother promised me it is correct. She had a watch in her hand. I said, your grandmother, what kind of watch did she have? You know, people talk nonsense. Some people say, my mother guarantees that my birth time is, your mother was delivering you. She must be in pain. What guarantee are you talking about? But in any case, this first gentleman said that it's correct. I asked, are you a hot-headed person? I saw Mars in Navamsha Lagna. He said, you're right. Nobody knows about this, but I am a very hot-headed guy. Because I don't even know this person. He was a friend of my friend. Actually, my friend, he had a couple of friends who introduced them, and then this guy said, oh, I want to learn, so I want somebody to read my chart. He said, oh, my friend is here, why don't you? So that's how, I didn't know him from Adam. But I just said, are you a hot-headed person? Because I saw Mars very strong in the Navamsha Lagna. Then, you know, if you see a person who's very, very interested in setting up a business, you know, who's always talking about business, you should see the influence of Mercury in such a person. You know, you'll see for example, you'll see some lady who's very affectionate and mother-like, you know, very motherly, very nice, taking care of everybody, very affectionate. You'll see the influence of Moon. Sometimes it may not even be directly on the Navamsha Lagna or in trines or even aspecting it. Sometimes it will be a Kartari. You will have, like, if there's a Kartari, yeah, then you will have the effect of both. That's very important too. Okay, we'll stop here. You know, as far as the progress in the book is concerned, we'll take it up next time where we left off, and we'll just go through your own Navamsha chart and go through it and see if it makes sense to you. Look at the planets and look at the qualities of the planets and see if it makes sense to you. And if you have a problem, we can talk about it next class. Alright? Thank you. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.